Savvy Stylers, Happy New Year. It's Carrie Lachelle with Such Savvy Style here. And today we're going to talk about organizing your closet. If your closet looks like this is a great New Year's video for you that you should really be watching. We want to start actually by talking about my favorite hangers. My very favorite hangers are these little velvet streamlined, they call them slimline huggable hangers. And they're really just a great hanger because they are thin and they just can stack nicely in your closet. And your clothes, because they're velvet, your clothes aren't going to fall off of them. So actually I have a box here. You can buy these hangers here. It's a box of 35 for $7.99 at Costco. And they sometimes get them in a box of 50 for $9.99. You know how Costco is. But I really recommend buying them from there. I've seen them other places and nobody seems to have as good of a deal as Costco. So you want to definitely make sure you start by going and getting a couple boxes of these hangers. The next thing you really want to do is kind of pull out all this stuff in your closet, right? So let's start by pulling out your bags of dry cleaning. You don't want this in your closet. These bags actually have chemicals in them that can do damage to your clothes. So you just want to go ahead and take off the clothes off of these as soon as they get back from the dry cleaner and move them over to a velvet hanger. It's going to be a much safer thing for all of your clothes. Okay, so we'll just get those out of the closet. The next thing that we want to talk about is getting all these plastic hangers and these wire hangers out. So these wire hangers, again, paper, they can have some chemicals on them, but they're really going to do a lot of damage to your clothes, especially your sweaters. They'll leave little dent marks in your sweaters, and that actually quickly can very much do damage to your sweaters or some of your other clothing. So we want to get rid of all these. Bye-bye hanger. Okay. The next thing is, I'm sure everybody has done this, right? They hang their little tankies on these plastic hangers because if you hang them on the hanger the normal way, they're just going to slide right off, right? Just like so. So what we want to do is get rid of the plastic hanger and go ahead and exchange it out for the velvet hanger. Okay, so we've done that. We've gotten rid of all of this plastic, all these plastic hangers. Now we also, if we have sweats or some other kind of pants just thrown over the rod in our closet, it's really just not a good place. It's going to make you feel junky and unorganized. Just go ahead and take your sweats, fold them, and put them in a drawer or on a shelf. Because that's not something that you really need to see. You know what your favorite sweats are and you know exactly where they are when you need them. So let's get that out of the closet. Now let's talk about some of my other favorite hangers. The hangers that I like to use for my skirts are these little clippy hangers. I buy them from IKEA. They're very inexpensive. I usually get 2 skirts to every hanger. And they're just great because, again, they hang nicely, my skirts don't get wrinkled, and they just clip. They're easy to get off and on. For my pants, I actually like to have all my pants on these little hangers that have the clips on them. Okay, your pants are going to hang nicely. The crease, if they have a crease, is going to stay nice and pressed. And they're all going to hang just like this. You're going to be able to see all of your pants in order, and they're not going to be, bogged down by other things. If, though, you have a space restraint, I would think about getting this kind of hanger. This is a skirt or a pant hanger. It opens up like this. You can, put your pants or your skirts on it, and then it closes, and it holds 4 or 5 pair of pants or skirts. The one reason I don't actually care for these hangers is because it's really hard to see what you have. As the pants kind of stack up, you lose track. So you really have to know what you have under here. Otherwise, you're going to probably be missing some clothes that you may want to wear again. But if space is an issue, I would definitely try and get some of these hangers. So we're going to make sure that this yucky hanger gets out of the closet. We're going to put it on here, a velvet one. Now the next thing is we want to make sure that we have everything out of our closet that is a memento or a keepsake. That would be things like prom dresses or bridesmaids dresses or maybe a gift that someone gave you that you don't really wear, it doesn't quite fit you, but it has meaning to you, you want to either move it to one end of the closet or you want to go ahead and move it to a secondary closet. If you have the space to move it to a secondary closet, that's what I would recommend. If not, go ahead and just move it to one end of the closet and keep all those items together. If it's something that can be folded up and put in like a keepsake box, I would go ahead and do that. Another little tip that's kind of a fun tip is if you have clothes that you have not worn in a while, what I want you to do, especially since it's the beginning of the year, is just go ahead and turn the hanger backwards. That way you know that you haven't worn it, and if in 6 months that hanger is still backwards, it probably needs to be discarded, or not discarded, but probably just sent off to consignment or to donation. Once you wear the item, you can go ahead and just flip it back, and now you've known you've worn the item, okay? So speaking of donations, one thing that I like to do is keep a basket or a box in my closet. I just keep this box or basket at the bottom of my closet, and then, you know, throughout the year, when it's time to retire items, I just put them in the box or the basket, and I know when it's time for me to make my trip every couple months to, you know, Wardrobe for Opportunity or to Goodwill or to the consignment store, I just go to my basket. All of my items that I've, you know, decided that I wanted to retire are already in the basket. It's very simple. I just pull out my basket. So now I think we have everything set. Now we're ready to organize our closet. There's a couple of ways that you can actually do that. I prefer to organize my closet by type and by color. Now some people just like their closets organized by type, and they don't really care if it's organized by color. And other people like their closet only organized by color, and that's fine too. Because I'm going to show you today, though, how we can do both. So what we want to do is kind of start by, I like to have my pants at one end. So we're going to put all of our pants at one end, and then I follow it by my skirts. Okay, so we're going to do that. And if I had it by color, obviously all my black skirts would be here and all my brown skirts would be next to it here. The next thing I want to do is actually put in all my dresses. Okay, so I put all my purple dresses together, and then I'm going to add my green dress, for example, and then I have a teal dress, and I'm going to put that there. So that way they're all organized by dress and by color. Then I'm going to do all my jackets, so we'll just do all the jackets. These are all kind of similar, but I'm going to go darkest to lightest. And then I'm going to do my black one here. Okay, so now we have our purple. Let's add that here. Okay, now we're ready to deal with tops. There's a couple different ways to do tops. Like I said, you can do it by type. So you can do all your tanks together, all your long sleeves together, and all your short sleeves together. Or you can do it by color. And I prefer to have it by color and by type. So I'm going to do cami or sleeveless, then short sleeve, then long sleeve, all the purple together. And then the same thing with the teal. The teal, and there we go. So as you can see, we actually have all of it nice and neat looking. It's all hanging. All of my long things are at one end. All my jackets are together. When I walk into my closet, it's going to be very easy to find things. So I would love to help you organize your closet. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at Carrie@SuchSavvyStyle.com. And Happy New Year and happy organizing your closet.